Welcome to Stay Brainy, Stay Curious. In today's video, we will explore the significance of a perfect resume and how it can shape your path to success. Whether you're a student embarking on your educational journey or a job seeker expanding new horizons, a well-structured resume plays a vital role in capturing the attention of decision makers. In a competitive world, a perfect resume can be the catalyst for your success, opening doors to opportunities you've dreamed of. It provides a platform to demonstrate your potential, skills, and ambition, empowering you to shape your future. So let's take a look at what a resume should and should not look like. Our first example is the master of misspelling. This is the type of person that doesn't like spell check and just cannot be bothered to go over their resume to double check for mistakes. Trust me, there are people like that. Let's zoom in to see what Rachel wrote here. Can you find the mistakes Rachel made? For starters, she completely misspelled the words design, my, she probably meant I, and approaches. Spelling errors can undermine the overall impression of your resume. A single typo or a misspelled word can create doubt about your attention to detail and professionalism. Employers and admission officers expect error-free documents, and a resume filled with spelling mistakes may give the impression of carelessness or a lack of dedication. By thoroughly spell-checking your resume, you demonstrate your commitment to presenting yourself in the best possible light. It shows that you value precision and take pride in your work. A clean and error-free resume helps establish trust with the reader, allowing them to focus on your qualifications and achievements rather than being distracted by avoidable mistakes. Additionally, can you point out what else seems wrong with this paragraph? If you said repetitive words, you are absolutely correct. Just look at how many times Rachel wrote design within this one single point. Using repetitive words throughout your resume can make it sound monotonous and unengaging. It may give the impression that you lack a diverse vocabulary or struggle to articulate your experiences effectively. By consciously diversifying your word choices, you can create a resume that captivates the reader's attention and showcases your versatility. Varying your language demonstrates creativity as well as your ability to communicate effectively. Next, we've got the adorability devotee. While it's natural to want your resume to stand out, it's important to strike a balance between creativity and professionalism. Adding excessive graphics, pictures, or cutesy elements to your resume can have unintended consequences and may not be appropriate in all contexts. Resumes are primarily used to showcase your qualifications, skills, and experiences. While a visually appealing resume can catch the eye, it's crucial to ensure that any design elements you incorporate are relevant and enhance the content. Adding excessive graphics or pictures that don't contribute to the overall message can distract the reader from the essential information and may be perceived as unprofessional or gimmicky. Remember, the main focus of your resume should be the content, your qualifications, achievements, and experiences. On the flip side, we have the bare minimalist. You have to admit that this resume looks rather boring and unengaging. A resume serves as your introduction to potential employers or admission officers. If it appears overly plain or lacks visual appeal, it may fail to grab attention or make a memorable impression. A bare and uninteresting resume may cause the reader to lose interest quickly and move on to the next candidate. Your resume is an opportunity to showcase your unique personality and stand out from the competition. A dull and unengaging resume may not effectively communicate your enthusiasm, passion, or drive. Adding a touch of creativity and personality to your resume can help you leave a lasting impression and make a connection with the reader. So how can we make this better? How's this? Looks much better, doesn't it? Boring resumes often suffer from poor formatting and lack of organization. Ensure your resume is well structured with clear headings, bullet points, and concise sentences. Use a consistent and professional font and consider using design elements like bolding or italics to draw attention to key information. A visually appealing and well-organized resume enhances readability and engages the reader. Remember, your resume is an opportunity to showcase your qualifications, experiences, and achievements in a compelling way. By adding visual appeal, injecting personality, and tailoring the content, you can transform a bare and unengaging resume into a powerful marketing tool that captivates the reader and increases your chances of success. Remember to aim for that perfect balance. Not overly ornate, but don't be a plain Jane. The calligraphy lover. Don't get me wrong, I love beautiful handwriting, but the primary purpose of a resume is to communicate information effectively. Using calligraphy or overly ornate fonts can compromise readability and legibility. These fonts often have intricate designs or exaggerated letter forms that make it challenging to decipher the text, especially when viewed in small sizes or on different devices. Difficult-to-read fonts can frustrate the reader and hinder their understanding of your qualifications and experiences. Resumes are professional documents meant to present your skills and qualifications in a serious and formal manner. Using fonts like calligraphy, which are associated with decorative or informal contexts, can undermine the overall professional image of your resume. It may give the impression that you do not take the application process seriously or that you lack understanding of appropriate presentation standards. Furthermore, it can distract the reader from the content itself. Instead of focusing on your skills and accomplishments, they may be more preoccupied with deciphering the font or questioning your judgment in font choice. This distraction can be detrimental to making a strong and impactful impression. When choosing fonts for your resume, opt for clean, legible, and widely accepted options. Commonly used fonts like Arial, Calibri, or Times New Roman are safe choices to maintain professionalism and ensure readability. Next on our list is the cool underachiever. At first glance, the resume looks fine. A little sparse, but the design is nice, it's easy to read, looks professional. But upon further review, you'll realize that Diego is not the type of employee you want working for you. Let's start with his email address. robloxmaster@gmail.com? That just screams inappropriate. Having a professional email address on your resume is essential for presenting yourself in a polished and credible manner. Your email address is often one of the first pieces of information employers or admissions officers see when reviewing your resume. A professional email address creates a positive first impression and conveys that you take your professional image seriously. Conversely, an email address that is overly casual, obscure, or contains inappropriate language can create doubt about your competence and suitability for the role or program. When choosing a professional email address, consider using variations of your name or initials along with a reputable email provider. Avoid using email addresses that include nicknames, inappropriate language, or references to personal interests. By selecting a professional email address, you enhance your credibility, build a strong first impression, and increase your chances of success in the application process. Aside from his terrible email address, there's a whole lot more that is wrong with Diego's resume. Look at what he lists as his quote-unquote achievements. Won first place in Roblox Championship, traveled to Asia to explore new cultures, voted best mate to get drunk with, employee of the month for bringing donuts every day to work. Employers or admissions officers are primarily interested in your qualifications and experiences related to the position or program you are applying for. Emphasizing hobbies and gaming achievements over professional accomplishments can give the impression that you prioritize leisure activities over your career or educational pursuits. It may suggest a lack of seriousness or dedication, which is not ideal when seeking professional opportunities. While it's wonderful that Diego brought donuts for his coworkers every day, that does not necessarily translate directly into valuable skills for the position he is applying for. Employers and admissions officers are more interested in seeing how your professional experiences and achievements align with their needs. Focusing on unrelated hobbies can divert attention away from the relevant skills and experiences that make you a strong candidate. Remember, while it's acceptable to include a section about hobbies or personal interests in your resume, it should be brief and presented in a complimentary aspect rather than overshadowing your professional achievements. Now we have the mediocre non-achiever. Margarita seems to be slightly more hardworking than Diego, but still, her resume leaves a lot to be desired. Let's take a closer look. She went to this really great university, she's working at this really great company, she's listed all her skills as a marketing specialist, and yet not a single tangible achievement. She's just managing day-to-day operations, but if she holds the role of a manager, surely she must have more to show for. Tangible achievements supported by numbers add credibility to your claims. They provide objective evidence of your abilities and substantiate the statements you make about your skills and experiences. Including specific metrics such as revenue generated, cost savings, or customer satisfaction ratings reinforces your credibility and instills confidence in the reader that you can deliver results. When you quantify your successes, it helps the reader visualize your impact and remember your contributions. Whether it's the percentage of sales growth you achieved, the number of projects successfully completed, or the amount of money saved through your initiatives, quantifiable achievements make your resume more compelling. Numbers have a way of making information more concrete and easier to recall, ensuring that your resume stands out even after the initial review. Oh, and bonus points for anyone who can spot a spelling mistake. That's right, always spell check. The lengthy overachiever. Mariana is on the other spectrum of achievers. She has done so much and has so much to tell you that she has 3 pages full of every detail she could possibly think of. While I understand that Mariana just wants to make sure nothing gets overlooked, she is doing just that, making sure the most important details are overlooked. With a 3-page resume, important information may be buried deep within the document, making it harder for the reader to find relevant details quickly. Recruiters and admissions officers often scan resumes for specific skills, experiences, or qualifications. When faced with a lengthy document, they may not have the patience or time to thoroughly read every detail. If essential information is buried in lengthy paragraphs or sections, it diminishes the efficiency of your resume and may cause critical details to go unnoticed. A resume that spans 3 pages may give the impression that you have difficulty prioritizing and selecting the most relevant information. A lengthy resume may be seen as a lack of understanding of what is truly important or an inability to edit or prioritize information. While it can be challenging to condense your entire professional background into 1 page, it's important to prioritize quality over quantity. Tailor your resume to the specific position or program you're applying for, focusing on achievements, experiences, and qualifications that directly align with the requirements. If you're applying for a marketing position and you were part-timing as a barista over summer, skip that detail. Next, we have the conversationalist. At first glance, Allison's resume looks polished and well put together. Despite the flowers, the resume doesn't look overly ornate or distracting. However, upon further inspection, you'll notice that Allison uses a lot of I, my, and me pronouns. Unlike personal essays, it is generally recommended to avoid using pronouns on resumes. Resumes should be easy to read and scan quickly. By avoiding pronouns, you create shorter and more direct statements that are easier to understand. This enhances the clarity and readability of your resume, making it more effective in capturing the reader's attention. Resumes should emphasize your accomplishments, skills, and experiences rather than personal pronouns. By removing pronouns, you shift the focus to the content itself, allowing you to showcase your qualifications and achievements more effectively. It creates a more concise and professional tone. The quoter. This is a new breed of resume writers, but we've seen them pop up more and more lately. Sarah here actually has great qualifications. Except her resume is half CV, half a quotation book. While using a few select quotes can add a unique touch to your resume, an excessive number of quotes may be seen as unconventional or unprofessional. Your resume is an opportunity to showcase your own voice, experiences, and achievements. When you rely too heavily on quotes, it can diminish your personal presence and make your resume appear less authentic. The focus should be on your own accomplishments and skills rather than relying solely on the words of others. Resumes typically follow a standard format that focuses on presenting your qualifications and achievements in a clear and concise manner. Using too many quotes can disrupt that format and detract from the overall professionalism of your application. If you're going to put quotes in your resume, choose quotes that are relevant to your professional achievements or reflect positive feedback from reputable sources. These can include testimonials from colleagues, supervisors, clients, or industry experts. So if you worked for Elon Musk and he said you were the best engineer he's ever had, go ahead, put that in. Just ensure that the quotes align with the skills, qualities, or accomplishments you want to highlight in your resume. Let's also quickly talk about formatting here. A well-formatted resume reflects your attention to detail and professionalism. When the edges of your document are cut off, it can give the impression of a haphazardly prepared or poorly presented resume. Sarah's resume doesn't look too bad, but ensuring proper spacing and margins would help her resume look more polished. And finally, the personal details sharer. Let's zoom in on Donna's resume. Sister to two younger brothers, gone vegan after watching Cowspiracy, keeping grounded with yoga and meditation. When it comes to creating a resume, it's important to strike the right balance between providing relevant information about your professional qualifications and avoiding the inclusion of excessive personal details. Resumes are professional documents designed to showcase your skills, qualifications, and experiences relevant to the job or academic program you're applying for. Including personal information such as age, gender, religion, or nationality can open the door to potential biases and discrimination. The fact that Donna mentions she's vegan could potentially discourage a fellow vegan recruiter from picking her in fear of being accused of bias. Conversely, a meat-loving HR could subconsciously discredit your qualifications based solely on the opposing views of diet choice. They're not supposed to, but why risk that possibility? The rest of Donna's resume doesn't look much better. She mentioned speaking Spanish, French, Chinese, even living in Spain for 2 months. However, she doesn't give concrete proficiency in any of these languages. Recruiters are not meant to guess that, hey, if you studied 2 years of Spanish and lived there for 2 months, you must be fluent. If anything, they'll probably err on the side of caution. You not quantifying your skill may suggest that you lack proficiency or confidence in that particular area. Crafting a perfect resume involves meticulous attention to detail. It should have a clear structure beginning with a concise summary or objective statement followed by sections that highlight your achievements and qualifications. Each section should be tailored to demonstrate your fit for the desired opportunity. Here's an example of a great resume. Howard is using a professional email along with a professional website domain. He's concise, to the point, and effectively showcases his qualifications, experiences, and achievements. The document is visually appealing, and Howard highlights his most relevant skills, accomplishments, and credentials, using concrete examples and measurable results wherever possible. Samira here did a great job as well. Instead of just listing her responsibilities, she emphasizes her accomplishments using specific metrics and numbers. She's using phrases such as 20% increase in sales or 30% increase in engagement, which provide concrete evidence and illustrate the scope and scale of her achievements. She's using consistent formatting throughout her resume, including font type, font size, and spacing. This here is a great example of a well-crafted student resume. Donna organized her resume with clear headings for sections such as education, relevant coursework, extracurricular activities, and volunteer work. She highlights her academic achievements such as honors, awards, scholarships, and includes specific examples of projects or coursework that demonstrate her skills. She made sure to emphasize any leadership roles or responsibilities she's held within clubs or organizations. With such a well-structured and tailored student resume, she effectively demonstrates her abilities, potential, and commitment to success. So let's recap what a resume should look like. A perfect resume is concise, error-free, and visually appealing. It should be easy to read using action verbs and relevant keywords to capture attention and pass through the screening processes. Whether you're applying for an internship, scholarship, or job, a well-crafted resume helps you stand out and make a positive impression. Customize your resume for each position that you apply to. Analyze the job description and align your skills, experiences, and achievements with the requirements of the role. Don't be a cookie cutter. Remember, a perfect resume is not just a list of activities. It tells a compelling story. So showcase your leadership roles, the impact you've made in your community, and the skills you've gained through various experiences. Quantify your achievements whenever possible, as it helps employers and admissions committees understand the value you can bring. If you are fluent in multiple languages or have experience studying or working abroad, consider adding a section that highlights your language proficiency and international experiences. This can be especially relevant for positions that involve global communication or cultural sensitivity. The perfect resume also demonstrates your professional growth and continuous learning by including relevant training, certifications, and professional development activities. Proofreading ensures that your resume is free from spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, or punctuation errors. A resume with accurate and error-free content demonstrates your attention to detail and professionalism. In addition to the standard sections like education, work experience, and skills, including relevant additional sections on your resume can provide valuable insights into your qualifications and make you stand out as a candidate. If you have authored or co-authored any publications, or if you have presented at conferences or seminars, it's valuable to showcase these achievements. Including a section that lists your published works or presentations demonstrates your expertise and contributions to your field. Remember to use a professional email address and continue updating your resume as you accumulate more skills and experience. So go ahead and confidently weave together your experiences, skills, and passions into a compelling narrative. Let your resume reflect your true potential and set you apart from the crowd. With dedication, attention to detail, and the tips you've learned, you're ready to embark on the journey of crafting the perfect resume. Best of luck as you unlock doors to exciting new opportunities. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you learned something new. I hope you had fun, and I hope you always stay brainy. Good luck with your endeavors.